Hello my lovely friends, Lissa here for another video. In today's video, I want to talk about some of the things that I've learned after being a raw vegan for 5 years. I became a raw vegan on September 12th of 2014. So as of the filming of this video, I've been raw vegan for 5 years and a couple of months. It has been incredible. I've learned a lot being on this lifestyle. I've learned that I appreciate so much more the fruits and vegetables that nature gives to us. I am so much more creative in the kitchen. I enjoy my big salads. I have all of these new appreciations for food that I didn't necessarily have before. I had a broken relationship with food before, and now I appreciate it in a very different way. Before, it was always about filling a need or a void, or that was what I did to enjoy life. Like, a lot of people say, well, don't you enjoy your life because you can't have whatever? And it's like, I actually enjoy my life way more now than I have in my entire life, even eating those foods. I used to live for those foods. I would wait all week so that I could have this one thing on whatever day, or I would just eat junk every single day. I'd use the word moderation to justify things that I knew I shouldn't be eating, and I would use self-love to justify eating things that I knew I shouldn't be eating. I didn't actually love myself or my life back then. It was the food that I loved, the addiction and the dopamine release. That's what gave me that high and enjoying life. Because now that I don't have that stimulant in my body and the excess dopamine hits by eating dense, high-fat, processed sugars and all of that kind of stuff, I don't have that in my life anymore. So I've actually had to find ways to enjoy my life without those foods. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy raw vegan food a lot. It's awesome. But I don't need it to enjoy my life. Like, I can go to a restaurant and I don't need to eat whatever off the menu to enjoy the experience. I'll just get my raw salad, I'll bring my own dressing or whatever, but I don't need it anymore to enjoy my life. I enjoy it amazingly now. And I've noticed that I enjoy the people that I'm with and the experiences that I get to have so much more now that I'm a raw vegan. I actually really love when me and Nate take our salads up to the very top of a mountain in Yosemite or whatever and make a huge salad up there at the top and enjoy it. We worked hard to get to the top. We worked hard planning our day, making sure everything was perfect so that we could enjoy this beautiful salad up at the top of the mountain. This is so much joy to me. I love doing it and I enjoy those experiences. I remember them so much more. I've also noticed that I'm a lot more focused on the people I'm with and the experiences I'm having when I don't have this clouded need for food, or when I'd go on a road trip, I need to have some kind of snacks and energy drinks and chips and takeout and all that. Like, it was a justification to eat all of that, but I don't need that anymore. I can enjoy the road trip for what it is. Yes, in the past, I would enjoy like the scenery and what we were doing and everything, but it all really revolved around the food. We would go to certain places because of this restaurant or whatever. Now it's, I want to go to these places because I want to see these places. I don't want to experience them without having the food as a thing. I've also learned about patience, how important it is to just be patient with yourself and with your body. What time your body wants to heal is your body's decision. And we get in our own ways. We want things done right now. We want healed right now, but the body's going to take its time, and we need to be patient and consistent with what we're ingesting and what we're believing about ourselves, and just give it time. Give our bodies that time that it needs to heal without going to extreme measures. We don't need to do all these fasts and all of this other stuff. And I know that people heal on it. Yes, it's true, but it's not necessary for the majority of us. All we have to do, it's so simple. All we have to do is get rid of the offending foods. Just get rid of the offending foods. Feed your body prime nutrition, perfect foods, and your body will detox on its own every day normally, and it will cleanse as well. We don't need to do any extremes. And that's what I learned on this 5-year journey, that I don't need to cleanse or detox or fast or anything like that. I just need to stick to my healthy diet, not go to any extremes, and make sure that I have a good abundance and variety. This prevents cravings. This helps me stick to raw. This helps me eat big salads. I just need to stick to it and be consistent and not go to way crazy extremes. Weight loss. I've learned a lot about weight loss in the last 5 years. I've learned that for my body that I can't do over 20% fats. Otherwise, I gain weight very easily. Now, from what I've learned in the past is that when you've gained a lot of weight, your fat cells don't actually shrink when you lose it. They just deflate. So you do lose weight, but you have that extra storage. So it's really easy to gain weight after you've lost a lot of weight. So that's something that I've learned about myself too. I have to keep my fat in the 8 to 12% range. That's my happy spot. And if I stick with that, I have no problems maintaining my weight where I'm at. Eating lots of calories. I eat between 2,400 and 2,700 calories a day, perfectly fine, and I don't gain weight because I eat lower fat. But as soon as I start increasing the fat percentage of my meals, like I'm eating more fat compared to fruits and vegetables, then I will start to gain a couple pounds, and I know I need to stop that and lower it back down. I can still enjoy my fats. I still do avocados and sunflower seeds, tahini, cashews even. I enjoy it all, but I enjoy it in appropriate amounts. I don't want to say I restrict, because I don't restrict. I just eat them in appropriate amounts. My mood has improved dramatically over the last 5 years. I'm happier than I ever have been. I remember before I went raw, I was mean. I was always hangry, and like I get angry when I'm hungry. And now I kind of like, if it's gone too long without eating, I kind of just shut off, stare off, because I'm just really low energy and I need some energy. But before, I would get really mean and snappy, and I didn't like who I was back then. I was eating processed foods and animal products and all of that, and my mood was just so low. But now I feel a lot happier. I'm much lighter, and it's just a joy to be alive. And I'm so grateful that I can share with all of you and my recipes and my creativity. I'm just on a high of life, and I don't want to say it is a diet, but I believe the diet has a lot to do with it, because it's helped stabilize my mood and it's helped with my anxiety. I used to have a lot of anxiety where I'd pick my face, and now that that is gone, I don't pick my face anymore. Sometimes if I get nervous, I'll pick my lips a little bit like this, but that's the extent that it has improved. And I'm so glad that my mood is back to where I missed it when I was a kid. I've learned how to deal with cravings. I've learned that I can read my craving based on what the situation is. So if I have a craving for something, which is really rare now, but if I do, it's typically because I'm stressed out, I'm bored, or I'm really tired, or I haven't eaten in a couple hours. So when I get some kind of a random craving, I'm like, what is that? What does that mean? And then I think, and I'm like, oh, I haven't eaten in 3 hours. Maybe I should eat something. And then I eat something and I'm totally fine. I don't even think about that food anymore. Or I'm really, really stressed out. So if I feel like I'm stressed out, I make sure that I eat something just in case. That's the hunger thing. But if I'm stressed out, I will deal with the stress, or I will find ways to relieve my stress. Maybe I'll go out for a workout, take a long bath, go back to sleep if I can. But if I'm stressed out, then that's typically a thing, and I just need to focus on de-stressing instead of going and eating that food that I know is going to actually make me feel even more stressed out after. If I'm tired, I will make it a point to go to bed earlier if I can. And if I'm bored, then there's plenty of things to do. So I just have to realize that within myself and then take initiative to change the situation so that I'm no longer craving. But I've learned these coping tips over years, and it's helped so much to stay raw. I've also learned that I've forgotten what old foods taste like, or sometimes what even foods were. Like, I forget that there's tortillas. I was talking to somebody yesterday who was talking about tortillas, and I was like, oh yeah, those exist. And I've done that so many times over the years. Somebody will mention something like English muffins was one, those little microwave pizza pop things, that was one, Pop-Tarts was another thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, those exist. And then once I moved with Nate, and you know, his boys are now in my life, they eat cooked vegan foods, but a lot of the stuff I'm like, oh yeah, that's a thing. Oh yeah, lasagna. I totally forget about these foods because they're not part of my life anymore, and they haven't been for a really long time. And even when I make food for the boys or for other people, it's not tempting because I'm typically eating my own raw food while it's cooking, so I keep my mouth busy, and that helps. I just enjoy the smell for what it is because it's gonna smell good, so it's just like, it smells good. And I've learned that over the years, to just enjoy the smell and the memories. I enjoy the memories. I've also found that I've acquired a deeper connection to life in general, to my experiences, to my spirituality, to nature, to animals, to other human beings. I found a deeper connection and more of my passion and what I'm here to do to help people, to help you guys. This is my passion. This is what I was made to do. I believe this is totally my passion, aside from art and everything. But I really feel like over the last 5 years, I've solidified my desires in life, and that is to help you guys. So that's something that I've learned over the last 5 years. And finally, I've learned, this is a big one, but I've learned that I can do anything I want to do if I change my daily habits. And this applies to everything in life. If you change your daily habits and you create new habits, you can do anything. You can have any goal that you want, because your daily habits determine your future. You don't determine your future. You determine your habits, and your habits determine your future. This has been such an eye-opening thing for me, maybe even just in the last year, that I need to work on other things in my life, like my exercise, getting to bed on time, waking up early, and other things. I've come a long way in some things, like making sure that I clean as I go when I'm making raw food, instead of letting things sit and then having a huge pile of dishes at the end. I've learned this recently, and it's been so wonderful. Like, we're always evolving. We're unfinished masterpieces. There's always stuff that we can do that'll make our lives better, that will make us happier. And it is all in our daily habits, things that we do all the time. That builds our success, or that stagnates us, or makes us go backwards. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video of the things that I've learned since becoming a raw vegan, and I've also learned that I'm not going back anytime soon. So I love my lifestyle. I love everything about it. I love all that I'm eating, and I love creating recipes for you guys. If you want any of those recipes, you can find them at this link right here. These are ebook versions. I have over 300 raw vegan recipes that you can enjoy, and you can get print versions if you're more into the printed book. You can get those on Amazon by following any of the links in the description box below. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Raw Food Romance, on Facebook, Lissa's Raw Food Romance, and on Snapchat, Lissa Raw Vegan. Until the next video, guys, love y'all, and fruit on.